Hi, I'm Ellie Crystal, here to talk to you today about Mercury Retrograde during the holiday season, winter 2016. Mercury Retrograde actually, to me, has two simple words that define it: repetitions and delays. That means whatever you do, you'll either have to do it over again, or you'll rethink it and say, I made a bad decision, so I do have to do it over again. Delays mean, especially now in this holiday season, if you're waiting for a package to come, let's hope they will show up in time because it's a few days before Christmas, 5 days actually, or it's just delays in travel, in transportation. You watch out for lost luggage. There are going to be millions of people on the road this holiday season, and the roads are treacherous. It's cold, it's icy, it's snowy, there's delays everywhere. Please factor all of that in when making holiday travel plans. If you can't get home or you can't get somewhere and you feel it's unsafe to do the trip, then let it go and wait for the weather to change. I know how important it is for people to travel home for holidays, although some people tell me, I do it as a courtesy to family, but I don't want to get into family dramas. That's another thing about Mercury retrograde. When dealing with family dramas over the holiday, and there's always the drama people in every group, just lay back and be calm and don't let them get you and don't let them aggravate you. This is a season, this has been a very crazy year, 2016, and people are easily agitated. We elected Donald Trump yesterday, December 19th, 2016, officially as the next president of the United States. This is after the Electoral College voted. And people don't know what to think. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to react. They don't know. There's a lot of confusion and uneasiness. And with terrorism, there was a terrorist attack yesterday in Germany, and another in Turkey, where the Russian ambassador to Turkey was assassinated at an art exhibit. When this happens in retrograde, you know that something similar to this is going to happen again. That's your repetitions. I mean, repetitions could be good things too. Somebody could do something very nice for you and they'll do it again at some future time. Maybe the next retrograde, as they come every about 3.5 months, we go from one retrograde to another. I'll post it on my YouTube, but I have a file with all the dates for Mercury retrograde for upcoming 2017. Now, we've talked about transportation. Watch your luggage. Be careful. Allow plenty of time. Okay, remember, Mercury is the god of transportation and communication. So what could happen in communication besides you saying the wrong thing at the wrong time and regretting it later, or sending that email? I'm sending an email to somebody and like, oh, I shouldn't have done it. Take your time. Don't go sending any life-changing emails right now. Just be careful about that, okay? And it does have to do with all kinds of communication, particularly if you're in the media industry, if you do anything having to do with media, film. Best to just leave it alone, go and enjoy the next 2 weeks of holidays, and just wait till you come back, because January is when the world of media opens up again anyway. So just be careful. When you watch the news and the weather, or whatever you watch online or wherever you watch it, you're going to see people make these little blunders, these little verbal blunders, and go, oh, I meant to say such and such, or did I say that? You know, it's just something that is called Mercury retrograde. At work, I know people are going to be trying very hard to finish whatever they need to finish now before they go off for the holiday. Make sure if you have to take any of it with you, you do. Make sure you haven't lost anything. That's really important. Just plan carefully at work. Don't throw anything away. Don't delete anything. Put it in a little folder. You may find that you need it again after the holiday season is over. Mercury retrograde runs from yesterday, which was December 19th, 2016 to January the 5th. I have to just double check that. See, that's a retrograde moment. January 8th, sorry. 2017. It's just 3.5 weeks of things. If they can go wrong, they will. There are a lot of people that once that ends, the Mercury retrograde time, will tell me, is it over? Everything still seems to be going wrong in my life. Things are not running smoothly. Maybe Mercury retrograde never ends anymore. Maybe it doesn't. You know, if you consider us in some sort of an end time scenario right now, yeah, these things are going to continue. Anything that happens now, a major earthquake, a major anything, is going to happen. So you have to factor all of that in. In your personal life, you have to just be careful about things like shopping and personal decisions, because you could change your mind later. You could say yes to an invitation or somebody saying, would you like to marry me? And then have second thoughts, and you don't want to disappoint people after. So just take your time. Know that Mercury, the god Mercury, who is also Hermes, okay, that he is the magician and the trickster, and he likes to teach through sometimes not too nice learning lessons. So make this your time to not make any permanent decisions. Be slow, be chill, do what you have to do. If you think that Mercury retrograde is never ending, well, that's a possibility. Everybody's life is different. We're going into 2017, and as we know, and as some of us are getting anxiety and panic and all kinds of feelings of what's 2017 going to be about, particularly with the world leaders that we're dealing with right now. I mean, governments are being overthrown, and our government, it's like an American Revolution, because Trump became president now, and people don't know what to think. He's kind of a guy who just says it on the fly and does not follow normal political protocols because he's never had to. He'll have his learning lessons. Will the country suffer as a result? The country, in my opinion, is going to be in a state of Mercury retrograde throughout until what I call the end of time, or the end of the illusion, or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be rough, and people are getting crazier. We know about the repetition of the mass shootings that have gone on here and abroad. Sometimes it goes into terrorism connected to other groups in other parts of the world, usually Islamic groups. But all you can do, the best you can do for yourself, is take everything slow and easy, double check everything, make sure your car is filled with gas, you have alternate heating, alternate extra food in the house because it's winter now. Just be precautionary if you possibly can, and be a planner. You have to be a planner now, because we don't know where this is all going, Mercury retrograde or not. So in general, take it slow on the holiday, drive safely, enjoy your vacation time wherever you're going to be, take lots of pictures, share them with friends and family, and just make the best of what's happening during this transition time into the next major transition, particularly if you're in the United States, to Donald Trump as president, with all his issues. And you know, it is what it is, and there are people who think there is a greater purpose. I've said this in other videos, that there's a greater purpose for Trump coming in and being elected. I happen to be one of those people. I think that we have repeated conspiracies, we have repeated government hierarchies and domination, and we have been through some very rough times going back to the beginning, repeating and repeating and repeating. And now it's time for someone to bring the closure to all of this, to bring the truth. And call me crazy, but I think that Trump is the guy who is going to do it when he gets into office, gets himself established, gets into like people like a rhythm and a routine, and they're like, okay, this is this, and let's see if he tells us the truth about all the things we've always waited to hear as a race of humanity, as whatever your cultural, religious, whatever your background is, okay? Your soul may be feeling some anxiety or feeling this change coming in a negative way, but just hang back and allow whatever happens in 2017 to happen, because 2016 was crazy-ish, and 2017 is going to increase that energy. I'm sorry, I'm really a very bubbly, happy person, but as it turns out, truth is truth, and if you feel agitated at all and retrograde gets to you, or some other retrograde gets to you, or whatever gets to you, and you feel you need to just relax and you need to close your eyes and you need to balance, then do so. Balance, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Good deep breath always kind of helps you balance things, and just relax. That's really all any of us can do. So on that note, wishing you a happy Mercury retrograde, or a balanced, I should say balanced Mercury retrograde, happy holiday season, and a happy 2017. We're all in this together, so we will just pay attention and let it roll.